computer says no.
Of course it says no. Anyway, stream is starting. I see that we're live. I'm seeing the load in.
Now to wait for the ad break.
Waiting for the pop-up. Because otherwise I have to do 2 ad breaks, and I don't want to do 2 ad breaks, I only want to have 1. There's the ad break. We press the button. Yeah, we have 1 more minute of shenanigans.
More cat pictures.
Cat pictures?
Yeah, shenanigans. Oh, there's a picture. Oh.
Sure, if you want cat pictures. 1 second.
Of course.
Okay.
Who wouldn't want cat pictures?
Exactly.
We're not
These are not,
monsters.
these are not our cats, but these are my parents' cats. There's 3 of them.
Finds all cats.
Cars.
Well, they're
Two.
not very good at hiding.
No. To be fair, I don't think they're hiding.
Fair.
I think they're successfully chilling.
Mm-hmm. Well, one is trying to hide, the black and white one.
And the ads are gone. You know what that means? It is time to start the session. Hello, everyone. Welcome to D&D with your Dungeon Master Kotlol. Look left, look right. I'm your Dungeon Master Kotlol. Look left, look right. No disruption. Good. Tonight we are joined by a group of adventurers that are not adventuring that much at the moment. Anyway, we are joined by a Lucas.
What? Is it Thursday yet?
Sorry, the church is closed today. We are joined.
Session again already? Oh, fine.
We are joined by Nemberlin.
Hello, everyone.
We're joined by Nauseous.
This might be the worst intro we've done so far.
We're joined by a Poppy.
So far.
Hello.
So, shall we do a quick recap of last week?
Okay.
Right, that's it.
Yeah, that's the short recap of everything. So, the group is currently back in the realm of the genie that they know as Erica. And they're just trading for the thing ahead because they have at least a day of waiting. It could be more, could be less, we don't know. So, everyone will decide to start their day with a different training. Well, at least you had an evening training and then another training. For Poppy, they went for learning more about the flowers for incense. Ozzy's wanted fire immunity, but had to change back from a fairy dragon into a normal turtle. And yeah, they shouldn't have taken the fairies off to begin with. Regrets.
Regrets? What do you mean?
You have splendiferous hair now.
So? It's a win-win situation.
And in your research, you learned about 2 rings that is in Erica's possession. And you basically asked Erica for the rings, and she's like, sure. Alona wanted to see us scrying to see about her aunt, but didn't know where to go. So the fairy's like, we can make a little deal for this. And they learned about their aunt is fine, still not in their normal state, but she learned a bit more about the deal they made with the Ifriti that technically occupies the body now. And Yeah, she had a bad feeling the fairy did something else, and she doesn't know what yet.
Dun dun dun.
And then you want to make a hat made that can resist fire, and yeah, you guys want to use their daily free item from the well for the materials needed to make one. And now you're gonna look for a clavier, or at least Erica will. Lucas wanted to learn how to upcast by combining spell slots. Yeah, that didn't go too well. You learned about the first book was damage, which was kind of weird because it involved Erica pretty intimately. The second book you couldn't find, and the third book basically said you're gonna have to put a plant on your body or inside your body. That didn't sound nice.
Nah.
Erica did a little storm thing, and then you took a long rest. And the next day, you learned that Erica is gonna do some sort of thing with the fairy somewhere else in the vicinity. Alona was gonna, and then Alona decided, hey, I need to be more on my feet. I'm gonna do a training course, and with the help of Ozzy, he overcame and became a little more dexterous. So now for the rest. We have Ozius who wanted to just train a bit. Poppy's gonna do some studying, and Lucas, did you figure out what you want to do for your second day?
Yeah, obviously, combining spell slots didn't really work out because that leaves me with a very finite number of big effects, and even if it worked, I'm going to look into some way to increase the spell slots I've got, or a way to recover the ones I've used.
So you're now going to look for spell slot recovery.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you did hear about something about that. All right then.
Spell storage would have been so much easier.
What?
Spell storage would just be so much easier.
Yeah, that is also a thing.
I'll add that to the list.
Ozius? What you want to spawn a training dummy? You want to do some physical training, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, what kind of training dummy do you spawn for? What do you want to train exactly?
I don't remember what I said.
Was it that you wanted to be able to take more damage, or that the trainer would be hitting you? Was it going to be a way to increase your strength, or was it going to be offensive magic training?
It'll probably just be quarterstaff training.
Yeah, I believe it says already that you wanted to increase your aim a bit. But I wasn't
melee
sure.
guy anyway, so it's probably best to be more frontline.
Okay. So what do you train? So what's the call? What do you want to focus on this training?
Quarterstaff, just hitting.
No. So you want to be hitting. In front of you manifests a golden statue of some sort with several protrusions sticking out. It is in the shape of a humanoid, and the protrusions are like little spikes or pieces of armor. And it appears it has mechanisms to move underneath, like little gears. So, it's time for you to bomb the shit out of this thing.
Yeah.
Could you roll me an attack? $30 misses.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
So you try to look at your opponent and you try to strike, and then you hear the turning of the gears and it spins aside and you miss your target. You pull back,
Sneaky
and
little
it turns back to it turns back. Try again. Gonna do at least a few of these. 26 hits. You're like, okay, I just saw that movement, and you go for another strike at a weak point in the armor, and you strike it through. You hear a loud clanging noise and clattering as you strike through at the base of its armor. Bang. You pull back. The dummy still remains because, you know, it's kind of sturdy. Good hit. You're going to try again. Go ahead, roll. This time you try to hit, and the gear starts grinding again, and it deflects your attack on a piece of armor that is protecting it. Miss.
This dummy is quite something.
Yourself or the actual dummy?
Yes.
Good. Can make another attack roll. You at least have 10 attacks on it. Oh no! You strike with your quarterstaff, and the dummy once again turns in a way that it knocks you on the side with one of its protrusions. And you will actually you will be knocked aside, but you will take some damage from that. You take 3 points of puncture damage.
Yeah.
Puncture? Okay.
Yeah, those are protrusions. Those are like stabby things.
Oh, like that. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, like spear needles, that kind of thing. That's what's on there. It's supposed to catch blades, but it can also hit you, and it will slightly puncture you as a punishment. Because, you know, your actual opponent will take advantage of your mistakes.
Yeah.
That's
Or
what this
enemies.
does.
Allies.
You're like, okay, that didn't hurt as bad. But still,
Stings.
stinks a little. Okay. Can't die anyway. Roll another attack. There we go. We go the other way. You're like, okay, I get you. You raise your quarterstaff, and you hear the turn of the gears. You're like, no. I know what you're doing. And you adjust your swing in such a way that you smack it in what would be the neck area. You hear a loud clanging noise and some bells on the inside going off to indicate that you did a critical hit. You feel very good about yourself. That was a very clean hit.
What are these rolls?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. The dummy turns back to normal. Are you ready to strike it again?
Yeah, sure.
Strike. Oh, God. Once again, you try to strike the dummy, and it turns away, and you miss it.
Why don't you?
You go for another one, and the dummy turns the other way. You're getting cocky.
I.
You're like, oh yeah, how about a low and up away hit? The dummy did not see that one coming, and you smack it in one of the weak spots. Ha!
Watch this.
17 hits. And you're like, oh yeah, now I really got you. Bonk. That from the 10 hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. You still have one more roll. 22 hits. You decided, okay, here it goes. Finishing blow. And you hit it hard on the head. Okay, so that's 1 miss, 2 miss, 3 miss, 4, 5 miss. So you've hit 50% of your hits on the training dummy.
Wow.
Do you feel satisfied?
Yeah. This is not an easy mode, dummy. And I walk away.
You're like, okay, that was a good session. You don't feel like you can aim better, but you're starting to understand it. You're starting to understand that opponents will move in specific ways, that the way that you angle your staff, and will most likely try to either make you miss or catch your staff on a piece of armor. The critical miss makes you realize that some opponents will definitely take big advantage of your misses and will instantly counterattack you. So you might want to also work a little bit on your defenses, you feel like. Or at least do not be too open after an attack. Is that all?
Yeah, I'll spend, if I still have time, I'll spend time to attune to the rings.
Go ahead, you may attune to the rings.
Good, that just takes a short rest each.
Each ring.
Normally.
Okay, so that's done.
There was a specific thing for this.
Okay, next up is Lucas. You are up.
Okay. I'm going to go back into the library again.
Using the life experiences of Erica.
Yeah.
So you enter the library, you're in front of the index book. What do you do?
I'm going to ask it about means of recovering spell slots.
So you want the means to increase to recover spell slots, right?
Or I'll put it in game terms. I'm looking for means of restoring arcane proficiency.
It takes a small moment, but you find at least over 50 books on this stuff. On one hand, you're not surprised. On the other hand, that is more books than you would ever imagine about it.
I will attempt to refine it and specify increasing arcane recovery for wizards.
Yeah, the number barely decreases.
Right, archmages.
Yeah, most of them were not sorcerers or druids, that kind of thing. Most were just wizards.
Successfully increasing arcane recovery for wizards.
That really doesn't decrease the number as much either.
No, but that fills me with confidence. Greatly increasing arcane recovery for wizards.
There's no change in that one.
No change in that one. At this point, I just decide, bollocks, where's the first book on the list?
You decide to look at the first book on the list. You write it down and head out into the library.
Yeah.
Towards it. You wander about. You come across a section of books where you look around and you see all kinds of ways about arcane proficiency. Increasing it, tripling it, doubling it, limits, everything. This section pretty much is set in a way for arcane proficiency. Maybe the library did it on purpose for that way, or you don't know. This thing is technically alive and always reshaping, so maybe doing you a favor, it's not doing you a favor. You don't know.
Using my keen mind just to save myself a walk back to the scroll, did it look like a lot of the books on that list were all sort of like clumped together in the same shelf area, from what I
Yes.
could tell?
Yes, a lot of them are here. Not all of them, but a lot of them are.
Right, I decide I'm probably going to camp out here for a couple of days and start working my way through.
Oh, you are actually going to spend time in here exactly to learn all of this.
Yeah, I want to start looking for the totals of like doubling, tripling, maximizing, all the fucking pretentious sounding ones.
Oh. Okay, let me think for a quick moment. That there. You're not starting the first book, are you? You're just grabbing the best book that you want, that thinks that sounds good, right?
I'll grab the first book as well and start with that, then I'll look at the tripling one, the doubling one, the max. Yeah. We'll do
So
it
the
that way.
first book on the list that you were sent to,
Yeah.
you were trying to find it right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an investigation.
Of course it is. Thankfully, that's my best stat. So what do we get for this one? 32.
You look through all these books and eventually you find it. Recovery of lost potential.
Okay, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll start reading that one.
The introduction pretty much explains, in a quick summary, how when you cast spells, you lose technically potential for the day, and how much you can pull out. Basically, see the spell slots. It also shows that current proficiency, but mostly we'll call it potential, and how the Society of Archmages pretty much use all spell slots as potential use for anything. Advanced Society of Magic, no surprise.
Fair.
So you read through this, and then you're like, interesting. So there's a way to recover. They had a recovery system, obviously, but they see it as potential, which means they might have known ways of making lesser spell slots become more valuable. Can you roll me a quick insight?
I certainly can. That's when I don't kick myself out of the game.
Yeah, don't do that. Emily, you're not in the game, I noticed.
I'm not.
No? You're not on the list. There you are. Don't worry, it might be a bit janky, but, the saying that you aren't in case you were paying attention to it.
Strange.
Don't worry, I'm not too worried. So, insight, please.
I think I balls that up. I'll have to roll that again. Right. There we go.
13. You try to think of what kind of system they would have. Try to understand it. Try to gauge insight on it. You have this feeling that you might have seen such a system before, but you can't put your finger on it. Oh well. So, you decide, I want to understand this book, because clearly these people would know. Roll me an Arcana check. Because you're trying to understand the arcane here.
Come on, make some sense.
16.
16.
You start reading through it, and you quickly learn that the Archmages value, arcane potential the most. It is literally the lifeblood of their whole existence. And naturally, if someone of higher status would need to recharge things, they would need to have the most access. Because you understand that, well, in gameplay terms, this society is basically everyone is a level 20 wizard at this point.
Yeah.
So how do you determine which is the most powerful wizard at that point if everyone has the same levels? You have their specialties, sure, but they're all technically level 20 wizards. So how do you do that? Well, it's clearly the one who's going to have the most spell slots, but they can't have the most spell slots because everyone has the same amount of spell slots per day. So they need to find. So naturally, there's a system in place that will have the higher ranked of the archmages have more spell slots at the hand somehow. So they pretty much had a way to store and recover spell slots. And then you read it and it's just like, spell slots became a form of currency. And then you're like, oh, right. The Chimerians had that system in place. And that's based off Archmage technology, so they use that. But there had to be other means as well, except the currency system. Because the currency system is you just swap out gold for arcane potential. And at that point, the richest wants to do it, but they also want to have people that are considered the most wisest and the most powerful. And you can't just give them all the spell slots. You can't just give someone all the money in the world because they're the smartest and everything. So the smartest had other ways of gaining spell slots outside effect. Some use potions. Others use artifacts. And finally, there's another thing that they did. And when you start reading in it, you get a sense of a little bit of, how would I say this? That Erica wasn't able to figure out what the last one is, but she had a premonition about it. And considering she doesn't know, therefore you can't find out, you understand at least the part that it has to do with the fact that these archmages weren't just able to tap magical potential out of thin air. They needed all the sources, but they were also able to create sources. And despite Erica living among these people, when she made this discovery, you get the sense of the wording of how she interprets this, that she got a little bit more on guard at that moment around these people. You may roll inside what that means. If you want to, but you're rolling insight on Erica at that point in time.
I'll have a go. So I know our stats are high for 14.
14. Mm-hmm. You get the sense that Erica became more on guard because she felt like at that point in time she was living with these people because, you know, it's not to do the chaos and they keep it safe and she can learn magics and everything. One of the things, they were interesting to her. But at that point in time, she became a bit more on guard for the highest members because the reason she might have been permitted within this society to live like a normal, like one of them, might be because the higher ups saw her as a source to tap from.
Yeah, I can imagine them even keeping people in prison to just long rest, cast spells into something, long rest, etc.
Maybe they had that system too in place, but at that point in time, you get the sense that Erica started to already see the darker sides of the Archmage societies, and that she's just there until that the higher ups might in need of her powers and just drain it from her, and that they're really willing to try that. But at the same time, she's like, yes, but I'm the one who can manipulate wishes, so and they can't, so I still have an edge. But overall, you get the sense that she became more on guard because the higher-ups that she thought that she was going to be used as some sort of spell battery for the higher-ups. he wasn't gonna let that happen.
Yeah, because I imagine Archmage or not, judging by the wish spell, if they tried overusing it, they risk losing it.
Yeah, so
Suddenly they're not as impressive as their colleagues down the ranks they go. Yeah.
uh-huh. But yeah, that's what you figured out from this. No real way of you being able to recover spell slots at the moment, but you at least know as some sort of ways. And the third option is definitely the option that is the most morally bad thing.
I do know they were able to convert magic into the Chimerian currency.
Yeah, well, yeah, this the spell slot, the rune stones. Yeah.
Yeah. What I don't know, obviously, is how to undo that.
No, but they had ways. Like Erica does describe in the book that they had devices for that. In fact, some of them had specific gloves that would be able to put in the spell slots and put the spell slots out with ease.
Mm.
So yeah, the archmages had a way of making their currency useful for whenever. So yeah, that's what you figure out from the first book.
Okay.
You also realize that you can see why the Chimeras do not. Another reason to see why the Chimeras do not want to have this technology fall into the wrong hands, because if anyone else figures out how to put spell slots into things and then pull them out whenever they want, yeah, that spells doom and gloom for anyone with the wrong mindset. And you fought
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. Otherwise, once you've been done with the book, what are you gonna? You want to stay here, and are you gonna go for any specific books, or are you just gonna grab a random one that looks interesting?
I'm going to grab a random one that looks interesting.
Roll me D1000.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Well, it won't be the first time fate's done things for me in this room, so...
562.
562.
Yeah. Okay. You decide to look around the place. Your eyes dart around the room, looking for any book that catches your eye. And eventually you find yourself in front of a book that seems interesting. As you know, these books are just manifestations of Erica's experiences, so they're not really whatever they look like. It's just how Erica interprets this knowledge. And to this one, you see gold bindings around it. You're like, okay, that looks fancy. Pull it out. You read the title. The arcane potential of magical devices. What is this doing here? You're not really sure, but gold inlay? Was this something Erica found very interesting? Considering she really likes her gold. So, you want to read it?
Well, if the most tatty book in this library was memories that she's either lost, damaged, whatever, and surely this book must be the most something clear and...
You take
I'm going to read it.
Yeah, you take the first pages. And the first paragraph reads very much about how the archmages were able to use their spell slots in ways that normal wizards would be able to via magical conversion devices. For example, A wizard cannot cast specific cleric spells because they're not a cleric. And yet the archmages were able to do it because they had technology that would emulate that effect. By simply casting something and then the output became something else. They didn't need clerics or druids or anything. They could all do it. They had access to every spell via these devices. And you're like, yeah, but it doesn't really help me understand how to restore spell slots. Or at least take things. But you keep reading it regardless. You try to understand it all. So could you do me a quick Arcana check? See if you understand the devices in question.
Yep.
And you may also roll an insight to understand Erica's point of view on this all.
Okay, well that's a dirty 20. And the insight is
22.
a 22.
Yeah. So you read this book, you keep going through it, and from the Arcana point of view, this civilization, despite not having much artificers, or maybe there were artificers, but they just call themselves wizards, they were able to make all these magical devices. You know, you've seen them in action, but they also could emulate almost any spell, any types of spell at any point. So you kept reading it, you kept more understanding it. Spells that couldn't be cast by humans, that could even be cast by gods only. They were able to make one device of that. And only one. And even Erica knew about this. This device was discontinued almost immediately after it worked the first time. Because the spell was considered too unwieldy. So, interesting. But the way they had to power this device is where you start to understand not only the recovery slot, but also the increasing spell slots. They all put in some high-level spell slots to be able to pull this even off. Multiple wizards cast the same spell into this device to get a different output. And the only backfire was the emulation of the spell was wrong. Huh. And basically this is akin to a legendary action of, a divine entity. Something, players can't do, but they were able to do it because reasons. And from the inside level, the reason you understand why Erica finds this very clarifying and interesting, not because at this point she feared things, but because she could use this herself. As an air genie, being able to cast the other elements via these devices on a high divine level. That would make her extremely powerful in any realm. And the divine game is there's always a higher place in the divine game that you have to deal with. But with this, you would always have the elemental advantage. You can understand why someone like Erica, who, came from the Frozen Hell Tundra where every realm was fighting each other, being able to have a device on you to make all your spells to be the weakness of anyone who wants to oppose you, that is already a major advantage to have in that place. If she wants to deal with that. That's your insight on Erica at that point. But yeah, this might be very interesting. Anyway, you may roll one more D1000 for another book, but you will not get to know the results. Because then I'm going to Poppy.
That's absolutely fair.
766. Okay, I know which one is that, but I'll come back to that later.
Fair.
Poppy, you're up.
Okey-dokey. Okay, so I'm already in the library, or I'm still heading to the library?
You're in the library right now.
Okay, because I just had an epiphany, so I do hold the books I'm still that I was reading already. I go back, and then I for the index, and I look for a book on making scented smoke bombs.
You want to make scented smoke bombs?
Yes.
Huh. And how do you ask the library this?
How to make smoke bombs that carry a very potent scent.
Ironically, there's nothing that comes up for that specific thing.
Jesus. Okay. Too specific. Okay. Okay, just make it simple then. How to make scented smoke bombs.
You get one result.
Okay, fine. Good enough. So I note down the book and I go get it.
Okay. You head down the alleyway, and the books around you at this point, they are all about basically chemical reactions of things.
Fair. Okay. So look at the book and pull it out and
Investigation, you haven't
where
found it yet.
Oh, I have to.
You have to always
Okay,
find
my
the
bad.
book, remember?
My bad.
You look around, and it takes you a little bit, but you do find the book. You find the book in question, and it's not exactly making a scented smoke bomb, but it does sort of or less give you the idea of it, which is that the fact that so how would I say this book? It is called Smells and How They Travel. Weird. But you decide to look in the index, and then you learn about how you can mask the the smell of fire by adding specific compounds to make a different smell come out of it. And essentially, if you can, change the smell of smoke, you can make some scented smoke bombs.
Fair enough. Okay. That's one good thing.
So
Now
it's
I just
not
gotta figure out how
exactly
to
what
make
you
it-
wanted, because
it-
let's be real, this is what you want is probably something that Erica has no specialization in, but the library is a different creature altogether that just uses the experiences of Erica to put outputs.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm just brainstorming, so this is just an idea that randomly just came to me. Anyway, this is a good place to start. So I start making notes on how to make this work.
I need you to make a nature check for that.
What
A
check?
nature check, because you're not
Uh.
doing anything magical. You're now doing something with the smells and everything. You look at this book, you read it, you check the fire section, you check how to mass sense, and you're like, oh, okay, you need to have this. Needs to be a little bit of a liquid. The ingredients have to soak in it. Yada yada. Okay. You start to get the idea how to make a scented smoke. The book doesn't really tell you how to make smoke bombs per se. Let's be real, maybe Erica doesn't know how to make a smoke bomb because it's not something she would use. Maybe she was never interested in it. Maybe she never learned it because it's not something that she would want to know how to do, considering she was, someone who could literally conjure up smoke.
Yeah.
So naturally. Of course, you also know one easy way to make smoke not smell like smoke. Prestidigitation! It was the easiest, like, oh yeah, prestidigitation. You can also just make something smell like something else. But then you do read that prestidigitation does only gives the smell, but doesn't give the effect of the smell. That is an important thing.
That unfortunately is what I was going for, so that doesn't work. Okay.
But for example, if you make something taste like tomato, it's not like you're consuming a tomato, therefore you don't get the benefits of tomato. The food is still the food.
Yeah, it just tastes better.
Yeah, it just tastes like tomato. So naturally, if you make something smell like an opioid, it just smells like an opioid, but you don't get the opioid effects because that part of it has been altered. It's illusionary magic. That's an illusionary magic, but yeah. So it's not like you can throw a smoke bomb, make it smell like an opioid, and now you have a scented smoke bomb. No, that doesn't work. You're just putting an illusion on it.
Unfortunately. No, I figured.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least I have a starting point. So, yeah, I'm gonna read through this book a little bit more to see if, and then do a bit more brainstorming on how to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe ask for a little bit of help of Lucas, who I know should be around here somewhere. I assume Lucas would know how to make a smoke bomb.
I bet he does. I bet he does. I bet he does. So, you're gonna try and look for Lucas?
Better. I'm gonna send Carby out to look for Lucas while I do my studying.
Okay.
The library is big.
Yeah, you sent Carby out to look for Lucas. I got one question. Do you remember that this library reshapes like a living thing? How is Carby supposed to find Lucas? In fact,
Walk around.
I was going to
Lucas,
say, could Carby not follow my scent, but then again, if the library's constantly moving and reshaping, it's probably going to be like going for a labyrinth.
I like to remind you one thing about the library. It's a living thing. You ask where the book is and it will lead you to the book. If you want to lead to the person within the library, you'd first have to go back and ask where the person would be. And,
Does it actually work that way? Okay.
no. That's the hard part. The library was never meant to find persons within him. It was supposed to be a personal library with Erica's own experiences that she could revisit and could look for things within him with her past experiences. Therefore, the only function the library can do to find someone else is to know where the person could be and ask the library to take you there.
Right.
So when you send Carby to look for Lucas, it's gonna find books about Lucases at the very best.
Damn it.
So I'm gonna say right now, your carbuncle is doing a futile effort. I don't have to roll for it. You're not gonna find Lucas. The best you could find is for Carby to find a book about what the last thing Erica knew what Lucas was doing.
Please have Carby bring that back. That would be hilarious.
You know what? Fine. Bring the book back.
Okay, investigation then. If Carby can find the book, this is a Carby roll, not a Poppy roll.
Okay. How do I do?
You have a stat
How do I
sheet,
do
right?
that?
You have a stat sheet, right?
No.
It's +2. It's just a D20 +2.
Oh, 1 second.
Hi, Kitty. Do you want to be on my lap? Yeah.
No.
I think Carby's lost within its own search. Good luck. I'm gonna duck away. I'm not even gonna say how bad that is.
I'm just picturing you sit there of telling Carby, Lucas, and it comes back like Luther or something.
Oh no, here's the
Nowhere
biggest problem. Let's just say this. They find a book about Lucas. How's the carbon gonna find a way back to Poppy? By retracing its steps, right? Well, if it's focused on Poppy, guess what would happen? essentially the carbuncle would have to follow the way back to the same books that you are at. But if Barbie focuses on you, they will find books about you. Finding people in this library is not easy.
I know. Oh, good lord.
I get the feeling 12 hours later there's just going to be a very frustrated carbuncle wandering around the library. Stacks.
Yeah, they're going to be gone for some hour for a long while.
I feel so bad now.
So,
Good lord.
anyway, with that said, I have to do a few rolls. I'm gonna do gem rolls because this is for you know what.
For Erica.
Yep. I need to grab it. That's not her stat sheet. That is definitely not her stat sheet. Because I know how this is gonna go, and I need to have both of them roll. Oof. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, that's there. Guts. Guess I can go into that. Okay. And it goes into that. Then we get this counteraction. Never mind. That's an interesting result. They both, despite their differences in bonuses, they rolled the same there. Okay, we'll do another these. Cool, cool. This. Oop, that wasn't. You weren't supposed to see that, but it's fine. You don't even know what it is. Whoopsie dinklers, I forgot to do the. Fine. Two more rolls then. Okay. You need to roll this. Cool. No, okay, then I need to roll this one. Yeah, okay, I got the results. Overall, I got the full results. Ironically, the lowest roll was the one I accidentally shown. Okay, that's the morning done, and now it falls to lunch and the afternoon. Who's gonna eat lunch? You know, you can't skip lunch without any of the bad effects, but lunch period is supposed to be a moment where you can, like, get to grips with everything again. But your characters can't skip it.
That sounds good.
So, what are you doing? Sorry, I only heard one person say anything. Lana, what are you doing?
I'm having lunch.
Okay, you're gonna be at the lunch. Ozius?
Lunch.
Lunch. Got it. Poppy? Lucas?
I'm probably gonna do a late lunch because I'm too busy studying.
Okay, late lunch. You're gonna be there later. And Lucas?
As a rogue, I broke the first law of the library. I took in my own food and drinks.
So you're
I'm
staying.
not going to be silent either.
Okay. So, Osius, Emberlin, you come to the lunch and you start making some food. And eventually Erica and the fairies appear. And they sit down in the living room next to each other. They both have a bit of an expression that is hard to tell what it means. You may roll insight on for both of them at the same time. So basically, insight wants to understand what they saw, or what they did, or whatever, what the results were. Alzius, telling from the vision that they had, the outcome for whatever they did is shocking, to say the least. They're both shocked. You don't know what kind of shock, if it's good shock or bad shock, but it's a shocked result. Alona with a 28. They indeed have a sort of shocked expression on them. They're trying to hide it to a degree, but you can see right through them. And from what you can tell, the result was beyond what they could imagine. And at the same time, whatever the two did is considered good to both of them, but they aren't sure why it's fully good, but it's good.
Okay.
With the net 20. And remember, this is from expression. You can't really gauge their minds, but because they don't understand what fully happened, therefore you don't understand what fully happened. But they did something, and from the shocked expression and what you can tell, it's a good thing, but they don't understand why it's a good thing, but it's a good thing. Or how it became a good thing, but it's a good thing. It's good.
Okay. I approached them.
Same. Did anything bad happen?
Did you find someone to make my hat?
Right. And then Faye goes, hey, hat maker. We tried calling someone. They said yes, but since we don't have the right loom, they refused. And by the way, with the attention inside, they're trying to come up with a very bogus story. You can see right through that. And Erica's like, it appears summoning people back into this realm is much more difficult. Again, with that 28, you know Erica is full of shit. They didn't even try to summon him. They were doing something completely different.
So what were you guys up to instead of finding me a hat maker?
You see the fairy go, I'm shocked! I was trying to find the best weaver in the land, but silkworms are picky little things, and Eric goes like, and what makes you think I didn't try to summon a clothier here? Is it because I do not want another fae around, or do you have an inclination of something else?
You're a really bad liar, you know that.
Do you see the fairy look at Erica? And Erica's like, fine. We have wanted to attempt it at one point, but we had other affairs to take care of. And, well, the results were different than we expected. And you see the fairy speak up, oh, I just had to smack her once. And Erica was like, and you just had to point out that little detail, didn't you?
You smacked Erica?
Yes, I had to smack her.
Consensually?
More now.
Ozzy, can you do a medicine check for me?
Oh boy.
You look at Erica. She did indeed take a strike from the fairy at one point. You can see the small bruise on her cheek that is still slightly there. It was an unarmed strike, but yeah.
You got a bruise there.
Erica's like, thank you for noticing.
You're welcome.
Alas, whatever we've done, I may have fallen under an effect. And the best thing she could have done was to smack me out of it. You can, for gritty, if you know she's embarrassed that happened to her.
You need another snack.
It probably happens to the best of us.
She's nice. Either way, she resisted it, and therefore wanted to do something about it, and decided the best thing to do was to smack me in the face. And
Always a good
it was
option.
effective. Now, what it was, that shall remain between us for various reasons. And you see the fairy just go, they're not willing to tell, but they did something, and they're keeping it a secret for a very good reason. The fact that the fairy joins in of all things gives you enough of past reason to know, yeah, they have a very good reason not to tell you. And the fact that they both align on this, considering their natures, tells you that this is extremely good, but the reason they don't want to tell you is because some sort of possible outcome that they want to avoid.
Did you two have sex?
Both of them give you slowly turn their heads. A passive insight tells you that their mood is, how would I say this?
Frosty?
Murderous intent. That you even brought that idea up.
Well, I'm getting dinner at lunch. Walks off.
You guys, I don't even care what you did. I just want a hat maker. That's all I asked for.
Yeah, so a little thing, how would I say this, might have made it unable to summon someone at the moment. I just have to recover, and her idea was to summon a silkworm to make your hat. The problem is, I don't really want to deal with a giant silkworm within my realm that I might not be able to send back. And she goes like, well, there could be. We're not gonna make a backdoor in my realm. That is gonna cause so much problems with the mother and the veil and several other problems that could allow any of your Fey kind, and I don't mean any of your Fey kind, even the enemies of your Fey kind that are Fey themselves, to use that to get inside the realm. I would like to point out that if we try that little trick of yours, my realm will become a portal, and my realm is carrying on purpose. I will become a walking portal. I have no desire of becoming a walking portal for the Fae. Thank you very much. She's like, and she was like, I was like, yes, the Tortle would make a lot of more jokes about that as well. With the joke he just made. And like, fine. So
You cannot summon a Fae. You cannot summon a hat maker. Or can you? But you need to arrange some things beforehand.
Exactly. Perhaps a temporary construct of some sort.
How long will that take?
Sort of thing. If I could manifest a soul into my realm to just simply have a construct body, the soul would be free to leave, as souls generally can travel between realms regardless of anything, especially if they have a line to go through. As long as there's no physical form coming into this realm, as you saw with our intruder when we last time were in here, no physical form means the access is slimmer. This is also why the veil isn't foolproof, as beings that are incorporeal or in a soul-like state could still come in, but without a physical form, they're basically unable to do anything.
Alright, so again, how long will it take to make that happen?
Besides, well, considering I can't trust Little Miss next to me to not bring me a soul of some sort of fey-like being, perhaps I needed to have a visit in the library for that. Maybe I know someone who would be perfect for the job in my past life experiences, and if their soul is still available to be conjured up, perhaps it will take less than an afternoon. But if they're not available, might take longer.
Alright. I guess I'll get back to you after the afternoon then.
I do apologize. Now, Poppy, you walk in. You join them.
I already resummoned the Carbuncle.
Oh, you resummoned them back, yeah.
Yeah, because I felt that they were getting lost, and I'm like, shit.
So yeah, you do see the end of the discussion of Emberlin, and you see Oz in the kitchen. Oz, what are you cooking? Or what are you conjuring?
Nice smoked salmon.
Okay. A nice smoked salmon. Cat. Yeah, my hand is there. I'm sorry that your tail doesn't like that. But your tail shouldn't be on my mouse mat.
Speaking of cats, what are you doing, kitty? Jesus. Sorry. Anyone go in the closet?
So, with that, what do you do, Poppy?
I go into the kitchen and go see what I can do to make myself some lunch.
Okay, well, you know how the kitchen works by now. It's most of this, conjuring things up and then cooking it.
Yeah, just checking what there is to make things.
What there is, there's literally a storage room where you can conjure up any food, any ingredients.
Fine, I'll just make myself a sandwich.
Yeah, there is no. is there enough supplies? There's literally, what do you want?
Fine, I'll just make myself a
Sandwich.
BLT sandwich.
Okay. Well, you start making a BLT sandwich, and you get a nice some smoked salmon. So, and of course, I can now ask. So, were your endeavors fruitful?
Sorry, what?
Were your endeavors fruitful?
Finding Lucas, no. But I figure I've got like a base idea, but still not.
Okay. I see. Indeed. It appears one of our companions is still studying.
Oh, right, Erica.
Yes?
How are you supposed to find people if you want to look for someone in the library?
She tries to make a point and then thinks for a moment. No, there is no such thing. You try to find
Well, you need
each
to
other.
make it a thing.
Well, I do apologize that my library of experiences was supposed to be only for my use only. I did not expect multiple people to try and find each other within the confines of the library.
Well, Carby got lost. And I pet Carby, who looks very upset.
Well, unfortunately, the library forms by the way the threads of fate are weaved. So, while you decide how the threads go, fate weaves them together. And thus, if you give it the wrong instructions, it will not weave what you want.
What's mean?
She shrugs. It is what it is. An alternative would be a library that is so absurdly big that it's almost impossible to navigate. You would have to navigate the knowledge of my entire lifespan within a library. It would be as large as a city.
So make some trams.
It's like, I do not believe that there's enough space within this realm, and it would be a very large realm.
Aww.
I'm simply saving on efficiency and space within this realm.
Fine.
After all, realms cannot be infinitely big. There are limits to it. They make them very big, but the bigger they are, the harder it is to exit it normally. Essentially just said, yeah, I'm not going to make a city-wide realm, and even if I do it, that's going to cause a lot of magic, and I don't want to spend that much magic so as to have all my experience be recorded. This was her compromise, Miss Rulebender. Let me just say this. If she would not take that approach, what you just suggested, then it would be a very huge empty realm with just a giant-ass library in it.
Fun.
Yeah, she doesn't want that. So yeah. So anyone else wishes to ask any questions while I'm still here, able to divulge some time? No? Then excuse me for a moment. She gets up and goes to the kitchen. The fairy goes like, I'm here too! Got some questions for me? I'd love to answer them! The sight that befalls the group makes her go,
I'm sorry.
oh.
Hey, do you know how to make smoke bombs?
Ooh. Smoke bombs. You mean like those little bombs you throw and they stink up the place?
Not really stink up the place. It just needs like, well, actually do stink up the place because, yeah.
Well, normally we would use some kinds of magic for that, but I know a few tricks to make such little pebbles that smoke up the place, colorful, stinky, smelly, obscuring visions, and more.
Okay. Can you tell me how to make one?
Oh, sure. Shouldn't be that hard. Let's see. Let me think. So many stink bombs. Oh. Ooh, the giant bit. No, that would require that. And if people go for that, then you need to have the other thing, and that compound is really, 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 really burny. Ah, I know. We take simple design for smoke bomb. Gonna need some clay. Gonna need a way to make a fuse. And no, that's it. That's the minimals. I mean, probably the stuff that goes into the bomb, but you already have an idea what you want to put in the bomb, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So fuse, clay, stuff inside. Light it, throw, and boom, smelly, smelly.
Okay. I make some notes in my book so that I can work with that.
Yeah, passive insights. She's poorly recalling this, but the math checks out.
Yeah.
She might recall it over time, but as in now, she doesn't know the specific right from the top of her head.
Mm-hmm. It's something to work with at least. So. Thanks. And I start going back to my meager lunch.
Yeah. Erica returns with a plate of food. On them are what looks like doughy triangles, and in the middle of the plate is a bowl of some sort of sauce.
What is that?
Oh, these? Let's just say some old followers of mine, once made such dishes. It's quite exquisite. It pleased me. I recalled it, and I was in the mood for it. Also, something tells you that when you asked for Erica for the ring, she recalled this meal at one point or another. Okay. So, you guys have your lunch, and it's now the midday training. So, what do you all want to do?
Hey Google.
There's a lab where you can make potions and stuff, right? Or like, at least somewhere where you can experiment, correct?
Not exactly, but you could. But considering Erica is someone fancy team, there might be such a location, but you haven't seen such a location yet. But it could be a location within this realm, or if not, maybe Erica could conjure it up somehow within this realm, or you know how to conjure it up in this realm. You might have to ask Erica about that.
Okay, guess I'm gonna ask Erica about that one. I go over and I tug on Erica's
Close.
shirt a little bit.
Does it look at you? Yes?
I have a question. I want to try making some smoke bombs, but I don't know where I can do that without being a bother to everyone.
Oh, you need a place to mix chemicals. Yes. I guess I could grant you access to the perfumery, as I would call it. You see the fairy look at her. Wait, you have a place where you can make a lot of perfume? It's like, yes, I do enjoy nice scents from time to time. And back in the day of me being worshipped, the nice smells were a sign of royalty, and thus I had to have a status as well. Spreading nice smells was a way to enrich my followers. And the fairy goes, and whatever happened to them? Incidents happen. And I had to wander. And she's like, well, I've had followers too. AG Erica, look at her. You are a follower of the Unknecht. Yes, and some of them followed me as well. And what happened to them? He speaks up. Wombats. And you see Erica, they turn into wombats? No, wombats happened. You see Erica like, I guess in fate terms that's a bad thing? And you see her go like, it can't be, but when wombats happen, wombats happen. You see Erica's face go like, the more I talk to this fairy, the less I understand them.
It makes sense, though.
And the Destiny line of question goes off. Excuse me a moment. She reaches into her pouch and pulls out a small silver key and hands it to you. Use this on my door. It will take you inside the perfumery.
I hurry off.
And you see you go, wait, you need my help so I can go in there as well. And you see Erica look at you both like, sure. Enjoy. Okay, so you go into the perfumery. Lucas, what are you doing? I just want to know.
I think I'm going to confront Erica regarding the damaged book and this spell slot conversion.
Okay.
Well, I'll say confront. Discuss.
Okay. Arceus. What are you going to do?
Still eating, I guess.
Huh? What's your afternoon session going to be?
Oh. Could try some more training, I guess.
And Alona?
Well, I did promise to help Arceus after he helped me, so I'm gonna join Arceus in whatever I can help him with.
Okay. So, Arceus, Alona, you both head outside for the training. What are you... So, I'm guessing whatever you... So, yeah, you two go first. Because it should be the easiest of the two.
Guess it's
Arceus?
sparring time.
Oh, you're gonna spar with each other.
Are we? Well,
Sure.
Okay, roll initiative.
Oh god.
It's gonna put you to a part here. I mean, the turtle is slower than you.
Yep.
Yep. Melodia, go first. He wants to spar, so he probably wants to actually not throw magic at each other. He wants you to strike him.
Yeah, but he didn't specify how he wants to spar.
Well, it's for you to decide. You technically, in this form, have a melee weapon. It's a bit not good, but it's a melee weapon.
I have the staff.
No, you also have the other thing.
I could use the staff for staff. Or the broken scimitar.
Yeah, the broken scimitar. You could use that as well.
I mean, I have been wanting to try that one out to see if there's anything left in it, or... Oh, I'm gonna use that.
You're gonna use the broken scimitar. It's a +2 to hit. It is still, that's the base stat. But to hit, it's still a sword you can hit with, so... Did you go first? Go ahead. Use the broken scimitar. Get close and roll a d20 +2. It's still a functional weapon. It's just not as good. You'll find out why if it hits or not. I'm gonna look at Ozzius, and you can see his AC in his character sheet. Tell me, Emberlyn, does it hit?
No.
Exactly. To be fair, you're trying to hit an armored turtle with a freaking with a sword that's technically broken. So yeah, and you're a sorcerer, so yeah.
I promised to help him. Oh.
Okay, well that's fair. You're to help you no way. So Ozzy, as you see Lona come as Emberlyn charging over to you and drawing this scimitar that looks scorched and broken in several pieces. It's not, broken. It's just called the broken scimitar, but it's mostly black and scorched, and the metal looks very dull. And you see her swinging at it. He has almost no idea how to swing this thing either. And, she tries to hit you. How are you going to avoid this? Let you decide how you're going to avoid or block it.
Oh, with my quarterstaff, probably just block it.
So you make a...
That looks rusted. That could leave an infection. As a bonus action, I'll cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay. Good luck hitting him even more. And then...
I'll attack back.
Okay.
That was a 12.
I don't think that hits. I think her AC is just above it.
But I am going to cast the shield, so then it's definitely above it. As a reaction.
Oh, reaction shield.
Mm.
Okay. You try to strike back, and then you notice Alona holding up her fingers to cast shield, and then and then she blocks it as well. You're like, oh,
good.
Okay. So now it's Alona's turn again.
Yeah. Still being patient and trying to use the scimitar again.
Okay.
For now.
Roll d20 +2. Crit! How much AC do you have technically? So that matches, but it's also crits. This is awkward.
Mm-hmm. Oh, crit hits.
Crit hits, yeah. I think crit hits regardless. Okay. Roll me 2 d4s. No bonus. Yeah, that's how bad it is right now. Because crit is double damage. You only get a d4 out of it. 6 points of slashing damage.
6?
Yeah,
Fine.
double damage. 5, sorry. 5 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Considering everything you know, that was kind of a masterful strike. And Ilona, when the sword strikes Ozzy, you do notice there's sparks coming off from the blade, but not enough to damage Ozzy but more like there's some small sparks coming off from it. Like it still has a small lingering magical effect, but it's too muted to be damaging.
Oh, too bad.
Nice hit. You're really holding back, though.
Your turn.
Yep. Jen's turn.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, 7 points of damage.
And I believe you also have to roll Constitution saving throw to see if you don't lose your spell.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah, you too, yeah. You both have to do that now. Sorry,
Oh,
forgot to do it.
Wait, which spell do you mean for me?
Shield. Shield is a
Shield.
concentration.
Oh, I thought shield was just a one-off.
Oh wait,
No, there's no
no, it's yours.
concentration,
I
it's
think his is
reaction.
concentration. No, yours is. How many turns does it say up?
No, just a reaction once.
Oh, so you don't have it
no,
anymore.
Yeah,
Ah.
until the start of your next turn only. So
Yeah,
it's
okay,
just
so
a
she doesn't have it anymore, but you need to keep. You already you have concentration. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
Let's see, how did that work again?
It's just a con saving throw.
Oh, yeah, that's way higher than...
Yeah,
I
I
need
believe the check is. You think you have to roll above 10. To not drop concentration, and it goes up every time.
Yeah, 10 or half damage taken, which is ever is higher.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So he still is shield of faith, and you lost it. Saying you take, and how much damage does she take?
7.
7.
7 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay. Let her go for it. A
Well,
little bit of PvP.
I am slowly starting to lose my patience, but you know he helped me, so I'm still helping him. I'm going to use this scimitar again because why not?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do something. I know it doesn't hit, but let me just do something real quick. Okay, never mind. That didn't happen.
Like, the only way that you can hit me is with a crit.
Yeah. So he deflects it again, almost naturally. Do you do anything else with your bonus action?
Nope, still be patient.
Okay. Ozzius?
Last.
91, 11 points of damage.
Oof.
Ow.
That?
You okay?
Started to get angry.
Okay. Lona, your turn.
You know what? I'll use my scimitar one more turn, but if I get more damage, I'm not sure I can keep doing this. Just warning you.
Uh-huh. A moment. Really? It had to be that number?
Oh, you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Emberlyn, Alona, Ozzius, can you roll me a perception? Real quick. Let's see if you notice this. Okay. Okay. While Poppy and the fairy were supposedly upstairs, the fairy seems to be peeking at your fighting from above the stairs for a bit. And there is a malicious grin on her face. Then she does this. You both notice it. And as as Alona strikes you with the scimitar, you block it. But then a little firefly lands on the blade. You both look at the firefly for a moment. And then it ignites in fire. And then the scimitar ignites in fire and remains in a flaming state.
Okay.
And when you look back at where the fairy was, she's gone. So, what do you guys do about this? Are you going to interrupt the fighting to just figure out what just happened?
Yeah. Well, maybe others won't, but I will.
Well, if you're disengaging, I'm not going to attack you. So, well.
So you're disengaging. You just look at the scimitar that's now blazing constantly.
I definitely wouldn't advise you to keep attacking me, that's for sure. But you're lucky this didn't last one more round.
So,
Okay, so can if anything magical happens to it, like does it radiate any?
you may Arcana check it. You may both roll Arcana for it, investigation, nature, religion, or insight, depending on what you want. And if you, for Arcana to understand the magic, for insight to understand what the fairy what the fuck did, religion to understand understand any religions or divine power. You already rolled.
Yeah, we did.
For Arcana, considering about you notice the sparks going free. From what you can tell, the scimitar always had the ability to do some sort of fire damage, but for whatever reason, that ability was taken away from it, possibly during the moment Emberlyn took over your body, possibly as a cost, but the fairy somehow, and I mean somehow, reignited the sword's fiery status. The blade is still a bit dull, but its magical properties have been fully revitalized. You now have a broken scimitar of the Ifriti. You'll get the stats for it later.
Ooh.
Osseous? Considering the malicious nature, the sneaky nature, not malicious, but sneaky nature of the fairy and her smile, and the fact that she was able to revitalize something within the blade, which is clearly not Alona, so it had to be Emberlyn's originally, you have a sneaking suspicion the fairy might have control over Emberlyn's side of powers in some sort of way at the moment. And not only that, she's toying with it.
Why does the fairy have control of Emberlyn's power?
Wait, what?
Probably not important.
I have no idea. But I like fire, so it works.
Same.
But What happens if I try to hit you with it now?
Ooh, let's try.
Okay. It's now +6 to hit, by the way.
Oh, something.
The magic did help you make it able to be hit again, to at least pierce some armor. That's it. That's the reason now +6.
Wow.
Still, wow, that actually hits without a crit.
Yeah.
So, you have to roll a d4 for the slashing damage, but the fire damage is a d6 +2. It's not that much enhanced yet. It's just revitalized in a magical sense. Wow, max damage.
Oh.
12 points of slashing damage and 12 points of total damage, 4 slashing damage, 8 fire damage.
Yeah, but I have resistant to fire damage now.
Yep.
So that's
So-
half.
Yeah, so the fire damage is only half, so it's only 7 damage total. No, wait, 8 damage total.
Nice.
Ooh, you felt
Worked
that.
well. I do like this new weapon. More fire. Always a good thing. You hit me back? Sure.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, crit!
Ouch.
Ouch. Ouch!
That's an ouchie.
Yeah.
Wait, so how much damage do I take?
How much does he take?
Actually, wait a second. I can replace this roll with 5.
Do you want to deny his crit?
What?
Do you want to deny his crit?
Well, that would be in character, yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you deny his
makes
crit. So instead of you missed. I believe that's also the last number you had stored, so...
No, it's not the last one. I
Oh,
still
no,
have
the last
11.
one... No, the last one was worse. The last one was worse.
I didn't do that. I saved it
Yeah.
for now.
Okay.
My next turn. Because my patience just ran out.
Are you going to continue fighting now with the new sword, or...?
No, I'm done with this type of fighting. And I'm going to cast Disintegrate.
Oh, good lord.
Whatever he rolls, I will replace it with a 1.
Yeah. She had another one stored.
Mm-hmm.
She's just gonna nuke you at this point. Just to end the fight. Roll damage, I'd say, because it's unavoidable. Ozzy's already know he can't roll anything.
So do I roll damage twice, or
No, just normal.
just normal?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, 73 force damage. I think you're down, technically.
Yeah, 73 is my total hit points.
Yeah, you're not dead, but you know, you're just like, ow! Was that necessary to do it again?
And I say, well, thanks for sparring, and I walk away.
Okay. Ozzius, despite being nuked to hell and back, that sparring session kind of ignited something within your combat prowess. You get +1 to hit. You get an extra +1 to hit from at least this.
On my quarterstaff or any?
Are you quarterstaff? Yes. Are you quarterstaff? That's your quarterstaff.
Sorry?
It's just quarterstaff mastery. Considering you just realized that Amberlin could have nuked you at any point, and the fact that that you helped her ignite the sword, or at least the fairy did, I'll grant you that.
Yep.
So it wasn't fruitless.
Noted.
No.
Okay. Next up. Yeah, Poppy's gonna be with the fairy. That's gonna be interested for a bit. Alona, you don't get anything. You only just got something out of this training.
Yep.
So I don't really know.
Well, I think you can guess from what the rolls you have to do what the stats are. +6 to hit, and a D4 for damage, and a D6 +2 for fire damage. That's the stats.
I didn't even mean for anything out of it.
No.
But Algius helped me, so I helped him, and it was nice.
Yeah, and the fairy is now even more creepy.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her about that for sure.
Yeah. Suddenly you're like, they fit him, he can take my body over. And then you're like, wait, the fairy can control the Ifriti. Who's in control here of the body now? Am I gonna have to deal with the fairy as well? Is everyone trying to get my body now?
Yeah.
Ooh. Stakes within the thing. Within the training realm. I'm gonna let Luke. Yeah, Poppy, I'm gonna do you first, and I'm gonna do Lucas. Lucas, you okay with being last, or do you want to do yours right now?
Yeah. We're going on over to.
I'm in now.
Okay, Poppy, you're up.
Okie dokie.
So you go to Erica's room with the key. You're about to turn the key on, and then you look back, and you suddenly notice the fairy was following you is vanished for a moment. It's like, wait, what? Hey, where you go? And then within a few seconds, you hear a giggle behind you. You turn around, and she's right there in your face. Oh, come on, have a little playfulness. I don't get to use my powers as much as the last lady, so let me just have a little fun. It's a little fun.
A little, she says.
I go to open the door.
You put in the key, you hear the door unlocking. The door has a silver glow on it as it slowly opens. And behind it, you find a workshop of some sort. You see several tools to make all kinds of chemical compounds. You know, your typical glass tubes and everything. Place a little fireplace, a little bit of flames, all kinds of incense burners. Pretty nice. And also fancy bottles to put perfume in. This is indeed a perfumery. As in, you can make all kinds of fancy smells here for incense or perfumes.
Mhm.
But from what you can tell, Erica didn't just give you access to just make perfume. She knows what you can do in here is also make what you want to make, because basically the same things to make perfume can also be used to make stink bombs and that kind of stuff.
True. Okay. Okay, first off, I'm gonna check for the ingredients which she has. See what I can, because first I want to actually experiment with what I want to do, see if that works.
So you want to
So
look
check what kind of,
for poppy flowers.
well, not specifically poppy flowers if she has it, sure, okay. But any flower really, just so I can see if I can actually make it work.
You and the fairy go through all the supplies that are in here, and you do find some poppy extract. She does have that. Why she would have poppy extract specifically? Well, she has incense burners, but at the same time, from what you know about poppy extracts, it kind of makes you question what kind of things Erica is willing to do sometimes to indulge control at that point. But at the same time, you can trust her. Who knows what she did? So you both look at this, it's like, huh. Okay. There's just one problem. You don't have clay or a way to make a fuse. Because there's no clay here.
Wait,
So
why
what
do
do
you
you
need clay to make a fuse?
No, you need clay and a fuse.
Okay.
So where would you get the stuff you need?
That's a good one.
You got the cotton.
Ah, there it is. You still have your daily fountain use.
If I already gave it to, yeah, okay. If I still have
No,
it,
you
then I
gave
just...
the day before to her.
It was
Okay.
yesterday.
Yeah, you gave yesterday up. You didn't give today up.
Okay, but she already got you asked for it. Okay, then I'm gonna use it before Lona asked for it. Okay, so I can just ask for all the ingredients I need for it, or
You can only get the clay or the ingredients for the fuse.
use is basically just a piece of rope, right?
Yeah,
Technically,
but
or
you can make rope. You can make all kinds of. You can use rope, or you can even use hair as technically for a fuse.
yeah,
Use a
that can
lot of
work.
it, but
Okay,
you could technically use that. So the fuse is probably the easiest part. Clay is going to be hard in a realm where there is no rivers to get clay from.
yeah, I'm gonna take the clay then.
Okay. So you ask you ask the fairy to wait here while you go downstairs to grab the fountain. You catch the end of the sparring session from Lona and Ozius, with Ozius limping back to upstairs. And of
You
course,
okay?
Yeah.
Lona going in. Look, in there. You get the clay, you return. And so the fairy looks like, ooh, that is some nice clay. Okay, so you need clay, you need fuse. What was the clay exactly for? Right, you need a bit of clay to make a nice shell out of it. Like a hollowed out bug.
Why bug specifically?
Because bug shells are round. And if you hollow out a bug from a bug shell, the bug shell makes about half ball shape.
Did you say half a ball?
Yes, but she stops and does just like, eh. So yeah, you need to shape the clay to half a ball, to hollowed out ball halves.
Okay, so I move to do that.
That is a check. It's a small check. That would be. That would be a medicine check because you're technically making a thing with chemicals in, so that would fall under medicine. 9. Well, you have worked with clay before. It's not the hardest thing to make 2 hollowed out ball halves. I mean, they don't shape perfectly, but when you're close enough and have to combine them, you can probably shape them in just fine. It won't be the most prettiest looking smoke bomb, but it would at least be a functional one.
That's basically what I'm working for right now. So
Yeah. Okay. So it's like, right. Doesn't look the nicest, but to be fair, most bugs aren't the most nicest looking either, so So, she starts to recall. Okay. So, have the smell stuff. You need a little bit of a wood chippings. Let's see, so wood chipping. Here, that's for incense burners. So we take a little bit of it here, put it in the mortar, make it a little bit of flakes, not too much. Don't make it a dust. Just make the flakes very thin, so that they burn nice and things. Then you take whatever you want to make the smell, and you have it soak in it a bit. Make it
Okay.
really absorb the liquids to get the smell out, to get the smell working.
Okay.
Okay. And then you need to add. What is that thing called again? Yes, some phosphorus for the bit of explosive effect. Yeah, it gives you the phosphorus. Not too much, just a little bit. If you put too much in, it will just burn. And when it's instantly burned, the smell is just wasted. So just a pinch. Okay. And what else do we need? The inside needed to be put. Something was that called? Right. This may sound crazy, but we need a little bit of tree sap on the inside of the ball.
You close it, you mean?
Yeah, not only to close it, but to make sure that the inside ignites perfectly with the phosphorus. Something like that. They like it. The tree sap is supposed to be both a binding agent and to keep it together, but also to help everything burn better. They say tree sap, just a very thin layer of tree sap. Very thin layer. Okay. And finally, we need to add... Yeah, here. It gives you a little container, and there's a lot of dried leaves in there. Little bit of dried oak leaves, because they help set the thing better ablaze. When the fuse hits the leaves, combine the tree sap and the phosphorus, which then ignites the thing, and when the phosphorus and the wood ignites, it goes boom. It goes fully boom. And that's when the smell starts spreading really far and the smoke comes out really fast.
Okay.
And what was the other thing I was at? Oh, right. Humans use gunpowder, but we use... Ooh, this is my favorite part. Everything ready? Well, that needs to soak a little bit. And here. Yes, okay. She leans over the ball and scratches her head a bit. And some little dust goes into there. There we go. A little bit of magical fairy dust. From the head.
Really?
I know. Dried. Fairy dust can be anything. Most of us would just give dried head skin. Handy, isn't it? Come on. It is effective.
Well, if it works.
Okay. You make some time, and then she looks like, okay. Now we add the wood chips, and then we can combine it, and then we need to add a fuse, and then the bomb is ready. Ooh, look, an incense wick. This could work. A bit of a slow burn, but it would do. Here you go.
Okay, I guess that works.
Okay. And finally, you decide to put everything inside the shell. Then you close it. And you put with the fuse in it. And then you make the clay go together. The clay needs to dry a little. Once it's dry, it's ready to be used. Unless... Could we put it... here we go. He pulls out a little metal tray, then puts a fire on and puts it on. Or we use a bit of fire to dry it faster.
You sure that's right?
Yeah, that is a kind of dangerous. It could accidentally set the insides on fire if we don't turn it in enough in time, but at least we know it works then.
Oy.
Do you agree with this? So are you willing to cook the clay to get it faster, to get the bomb done faster, but risk that it blows up? Or do you want to wait the whole cycle of having it dry, which is going to take the whole afternoon? It won't be ready till after dinner.
Fuck it, I'm gonna risk it.
You're going to go for the risk.
I'm gonna risk it.
Okay. So she looks at you gleefully as you put it on. Okay, now we need to turn it every so minute. And if everything goes well, we'll have it ready within 10 minutes. Basically, turn it slowly every few minutes. Also, make sure to not burn your hand.
I know that.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do this. So you keep an eye on everything.
Oh god.
Gonna roll D100.
Oh lord.
Okay. It's gonna be 2 checks.
Eh.
You keep turning, you watch out for your hands. Keep turning. Nope, you don't burn your hands. Still going well. Looking good. Safe and sound. Now the last roll. Oh dear.
Oh no.
You keep going. You keep slowly turning with the tools you have. And keep watching. And then... Do I smell something? You both look at the bomb. And before you know it... the bomb cracks open. And smoke comes out everywhere. Filling the room with... an poppy extract smell. I would like to make you a Constitution saving throw.
Jesus. But
Okay, Poppy, you can get the sense of the smell, and it's starting to affect your senses. But you're quick to put a rag over your mouth and avoid being intoxicated, I would say, in a way.
yeah.
As the smoke clears a little bit and you can see things a bit more, the smell still lingers. And then you look around and you don't see a fairy companion anywhere. They look on the ground. And she's like, I smell all the colors of the rainbow! She fell. She's in a trance-like state. Ironically, she's your first test subject. And you can tell this was a success.
Hard play. I started auto-attacking the boss because
Jesus Christ.
You stay right there. I'll be right back.
And I hurried to get Erica because she's not gonna be happy with the smell, I think.
Okay, wait here. Lucas, your turn.
Fair enough.
So, it's a little bit after lunchtime. You decide that you should probably check if Erica's in the living room.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm writing this down. So you come out of the library, and within the living room, you do see Erica sitting down, smoking her water pipe. Also, Lona is also sitting nearby. And she did, and she did. Yes, Lona, you probably asked if Erica's still gonna do the clavier thing, but she says that she's gathering her strength for a bit. So just so you
Alright.
know that she's not doing it right away, she's gathering her strength. To you, it looks like she's just taking a drag of something, but you know better that she's actually gathering her strength at the moment.
Alright.
Considering that the water pipe is something that recharges her powers. So Lucas, you just see her sitting there. What do you do?
I'm just going to walk up to Erica and say, I wonder if I might be able to have a word to talk to you about, well, both of these. And I'm going to show her both the damage book and the one regarding the.
You forget you can't take the
spell
books out of the library. You can't take the books out of the library, remember?
Okay, I doubt that ever so slightly. I'm going to say, I wonder if I could have a word with you about these. And I'm going to use minor illusion to replicate what the two books look like.
She looks at both books, stares at them, puts the water pipe down very slowly, and gets up. I see. Pacifista tells you she's gonna show you, but you might not like what you're gonna find out.
Fair enough.
She looks at Erica. Looks at you, Lona. Once I'm done with Lucas, I will summon your clavier. I want.
Thanks.
And she steps towards the library. Poppy, you do see Erica and Lucas heading towards the library.
I intercept them briefly and tap Erica on the hand,
She looks
keeping
at
the
you.
rag over my nose still.
She looks at you, and then she sees the rag on her nose, and she responds, "Premature explosion."
How much?
Simply blow on the whistle tooth near the oven in the room. It will clear the scent.
Okay, thank you.
I hurry back.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing, a fairy might be out for a little bit.
I dash back for the room.
Entertaining.
We might want to find out how she did that. It could be useful for later.
Perhaps. It could have also been a stroke of luck.
Are you going to stay in the guild or?
Probably.
So you two had to go into the library. Alona, you do hear Poppy. You don't hear Poppy saying, but you do notice that the fact that Poppy did not come down with the fairies, and the fairies are upstairs. So you might, if you want to use that information for something, you may. Passive insight, by the way, because you can't hear what Poppy's saying because that's mental exchange.
Okay. I do still have to ask the fairy a question.
Yeah, you still want to do that, but she's well, she's in a drug-induced state. So do with that information. You don't know that yet, but as a player, do with that information what you will.
Well, that's exactly why I might want to ask her now.
Exactly. So you might want to check on Poppy later. We'll come to that later. So Erica takes you to the library, Barry Lucas, and down the hallway she asks, "So, why do you exactly wish to have information on these?"
Well, first we started, Poppy and I were looking into the mind flayers. Every spell that we found either comes with drawbacks that make them practically useless, or they're beyond my arcane means. Then I was looking into ways of combining my spells, and then realized that one, that wasn't going to work, and two, that leaves me with maybe one or two powerful spells, and then I'm useless again. Magically speaking. And then I started looking into means of arcane recovery, and that's pretty much when I ran into these.
She chuckles. "Oh, I use one of those beads myself."
What class haven't you played yet that you like?
Would you like to inquiry about that?
Yes. You did?
Of course. You do not see it. But let's just say I am a divine being in a mortal body, and I cannot access my full divine self. And yet, I have ways to do that. How do I do it?
Oh, Wind. I know you managed to find a loophole by making yourself your own patron.
Yes, that is just to
Yes, by
get
the way.
my mortal limit powers. But I'm still able to do wish spells without being at the mortal capability of doing so. Would you like to do an Arcana check to see how the fuck she's doing that?
Yes, I would. Don't let me down. 22.
You try to think for a moment. From what you know, she has to be wearing some sort of devices on herself to do that. And then you're starting to wondering, you've never seen her use any devices, she just does it naturally. And then you try to think of magical trinkets. And then you remember, all her clothing and accessories have gold in them. And then you figure it out. Whatever she's wearing is increasing her powers. Or changing them in some sort of way. That is her loophole.
Hang on a minute. You have wearable arcane devices amplifying your divinity.
Not amplifying my divinity, able to access some of it.
Novel?
It should have been kind of obvious. But yes, the spells I use that are unable to be cast, or even sometimes transcending the limits of this mortal body, is done via channeling the divine power that I left within these trinkets of mine that will recharge once per day. Some might say they are magical items you can wear and attune to. Others might say they're magical devices. Some might say they are boons for my patron for good act. However you see it, they all fall in the same category. I'm not afraid to admit that. And the more you look, Lucas, would you like to count how much pieces she has that could help in her ways?
Sure.
So, you count. You look her over. You count. Let's see. You count a total of 6 items that could be enhancing her in some sort of way. Considering the limits of magical items, yeah, she probably did kind of arcane trickery to go over that, but from what you can tell, you have her book, which is clearly, for casting magic. Considering you never see her doing all the necessary things for a spell sometimes and just cast it with naturally, you would think the book is definitely doing something for her magic casting to take over components. That's the one you can take on for sure, because sometimes she only holds the book. But for the rest, you have no idea what the rest would do from what she's wearing. But you can basically tell her outfit has gold accessories to it. Her belt is golden. She's wearing golden bracelets and golden earrings. No rings.
Yeah.
You want to inquire about that while you're still going to the library?
Sure.
Okay, ask her the questions.
What exactly do these wearable devices do to contribute to your abilities then?
Some to give me protection. Others to give me access to more capabilities. And of course, one of them, naturally, is giving me the ability to use a wish per day. After all, what would a genie be that cannot grant any wishes?
Right.
I also want you to roll insight on it. Come on. 16. You can't shake the feeling that she's trying to hide some information from you for various reasons. For one, she is 100% avoiding how it affects the wearer. For one, she just says, oh, it just does this for me. But she's also avoiding any type of saying, like, what would happen if you would wear it? That's the only thing you can tell. So would you like to ask the $1 million question?
Okay. You're not giving me the whole picture, and admittedly, while you pull it off very well, I'm sure that would not look too great on me. So, what benefit do your clothes give to the wearer? Given that I have no interest in, and with no offense, dressing in your manner and style.
She chuckles. Ah, the clothes. They're an interesting bunch. You would look at this and you think like it is just an entire showing of skin. But in truth, it is a magical silk that protects me from certain elements. Though this one it has some of its drawbacks, I would say the wearer would be mostly take less damage from things that would pierce, and, well, this fine silk would be ashamed if it would catch fire now. Oh, and of course, light passes through it like it's like nothing. So it is nice to feel the light on me.
All right, I won't pry any further. You know, as nice as it is having access to all this essentially second-hand knowledge from regarding the archmages and the things they delved into, not exactly much good to somebody on my level.
So what was the last thing you said? I couldn't hear that fully.
No. Sorry. Raz basically said that he's not going to pry any further, but the problem with having access to all this second-hand archmage knowledge is that while there is definitely a lot of useful information here, there's nothing he can really seem to use at his level. It's all essentially high-end research.
Indeed. I have the same problem because of my mortal limits at the moment.
Mm.
I've got only give myself as much as a boon as I could. But just because I have these boons, it doesn't mean that there aren't downsides to it. After all, these boons had to become physical, and when something's physical, they can influence any part of the realm. Passive insight. Yes, if you take her shit, you can get those effects as well. They're not bound to her.
Yes, but level 20 intelligence says I don't want to piss off the powerful genie lady.
Even in a mortal form. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, she heads into the library. And then she goes...
Of course, the obvious solution, yeah. Challenge her to a drinking contest and take it when she passes out, yeah.
I mean, you almost did that.
Oh, I didn't rob her blind, but yeah.
I mean, one of your previous party members wanted to try that once, but then they were dissuaded, thinking like, let's not piss off the powerful genie lady regardless. Even if we take her stuff, she can still do bad shit. And if we kill her, she's not gonna die. She's gonna become her genie self. She might have a physical form, but when she comes back, yeah, I'm gonna regret everything I've ever done.
Yes, if we strike her down, she will become more powerful than we can possibly imagine.
Yeah. Force Ghost effect. So yeah. She leads you to the library. She taps the paper, writes down something. Follow me.
Lead on.
She leads you down to a familiar bookcase, and eventually she stops in front of a book and she pulls it out with the damage to cover. This experience. What did you gauge from it?
Given that every other book in here is pristine, made from your memories, and this one is damaged, I can only assume that either you tried to find some way of blocking the memory out, or someone has attempted to alter or remove parts of it, or obscure it.
She holds out the book towards you and then says, it's not that simple. The book is damaged because recalling it is much, much worse. She opens the pages, and then you notice that when she looks at the words on the book start to quiver. And then slowly the ink in the word starts spreading and starting to turn the pages all black. And then she closes it. And what does that tell you?
It tells me whatever that book contains will probably be worth looking into, but I don't think I want to pay what the associated cost.
There is no cost.
Not now.
Oh. If you really wish to know, we're gonna dive into the past. Not the literal past. An impression of it.
My life in your hands?
Oh no! I won't be there. I will be reliving it. If you truly believe this is the path, you're not asking your cost. You're asking me to bring back, to remember a memory that I've purposely damaged. That memory, I have no desire to revisit. What's in here is something you will experience as well. Do you understand? Roll insights.
$25?
Shivers go down your spine as you start to realize what she's implicating. Whatever is in there will not kill you. She's correct about that. But from what you can tell, she purposely damaged the book because she didn't want to relive that. That's trauma. And I like to point out, that's trauma when she was in her full power. She's literally saying, like, are you sure you want to relive the trauma, the traumatized and divine being of a genie? Yeah, you can understand the severity of the situation at a point of music to stop as well.
Dun, dun, dun.
She knows what it is. She knows what she blocked out. So yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
He came over with the feather stick.
Oh. She's still carrying that thing around?
She came into my room with the feather stick.
Oh my god. He's obsessed with that thing.
Nice.
Anyway. Lucas.
Oh.
Raz. Aeon.
Yeah.
What is the decision? Is it really worth experiencing the trauma that Erica went through to learn this knowledge? This is not just a test of your own wits and being able to overcome things. She's also literally asking you how curious you are in your morality. Is your curiosity more important? Is it more important to learn this power over having her relive this and you as well? Like she's not going to deny you.
So on one hand, I know that doing this is probably a bad idea.
Yes.
I know it's not going to be I know this is not going to be an easy sight, whatever you're reluctant to relive and show me. And on the other, we're trying to stop an illithid invasion. And if I didn't look into every possible angle, I'm smart enough to know I'm going to regret that as well. If you're genuinely fine with reliving that, show me.
She looks at you. The moment we relive this, you will understand. This wasn't the final thing that I did under that society. But it was the biggest misstep they made. She holds out the book to you, hands it to you. You're sure about this? And considering the size, considering you are determined to do this in the way of saving the world, I will allow this. But do note that this kind of curiosity might be a blessing to find the right answer. But how long before that curiosity overtakes your morale? Be warned. Now, open the book and show it to me.
I take a moment, breathe, steel myself, and I'll open the book.
She looks at the book, and as you hold the book, ink spills from the pages down to the ground, and a pool of ink starts forming around you both. The library starts folding away from you, further and further, until the whole room turns dark before both of you.
Look,
I'm
it's an
good.
ink machine.
Yeah, no. We're gonna do a solo session for that. It is quite lengthy that I don't want to do a whole set to do it all here.
I got it figured.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
So we'll do a recording for that some other time because we still have others to go through. But for the rest of the afternoon and evening, by the way, so you will be in the library in the morning without a long rest. You will not have exhaustion. You will not get a long rest. That's all. No, you do not have a point of exhaustion, Ozzy. You didn't. You just dropped to 1. You didn't take damage after you dropped to 1. Remember?
I died because of disintegration.
Oh right, yeah. All right, that's 1 point of exhaustion. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
No, you're correct. So that's so. Poppy, Alona, and Ozzy still are there. They're not reliving trauma. So, Ozzy, you're probably going to your room to rest for a bit to get rid of the exhaustion for the next day. Probably gonna have some dinner before that.
Just a short rest for now, and then get rid of the exhaustion when I sleep at night.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Alona, what do you... Poppy's still upstairs with the fairy at this point. Alona, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go 2 Poppy and a fairy?
So in that time, Poppy, you did find the little whistle tooth at the furnace. You blew on it, and the whole room starts. You feel a refreshing wind blowing through the whole room, and then the smell is completely gone.
Oh my god.
Wind Genie has a wind effect in a perfumery to get rid of smells. Who would have thought?
We see the virtually positive.
Okay, I go over to the fairy to see how she's doing.
Good action.
Okay. He's still going. 1 rainbow star, 2 rainbow star, 5 purple stars.
Okay, yeah, that kind of worked, I guess. Jesus.
Yeah. Alona, the door is I think Poppy left the door open because she was a bit in a panic. And you do see her, and you do see the fairy down the ground in a hallucinative state. And, yeah, Poppy's standing over her.
Joining Poppy.
Sorry, what?
I'm gonna stand next to Poppy.
Okay. Alona standing next to you. Poppy.
I feel a person next to me. I look over and I jump. Make it. It looks like I'm saying eep, but of course no sound. So I'm like,
Wait.
Look at the fairy.
Hello there, and I look at the fairy. And hi. How are you doing?
Well, I'm good. Better than how she is.
Yeah, I was asking the fairy.
I see. 6 purple stars and a firefly.
Oh, a firefly. What does the firefly do?
Oh, the firefly, the firefly. Oh.
That's so funny.
You may roll inside to understand what in her state she's laughing at.
do I have to also roll inside?
Yes.
Okay, then I have to go back to my room because the cat was demanding to play with the feather stick.
This cat just demands pets.
Yeah, so inside. Inside. 13. Not sure if that does anything.
Poppy, it just sounds like she's really out of it. It's really hard to discern anything. Amberlyn, that's not just any giggle. That's more of a cackle. And well, it's hard to discern her cackling in the thing. You do get the sense that she's cackling of the firefly is because the firefly is hers and hers alone. Oh, the firefly. So fun, so fun, so fun, so fun. Oh, what's this? It's the hat. A little eye peeping. Hello, peeping eye. Curious what is going on?
Yeah. I don't think I have it.
So, that firefly, what would happen if it, lands on something? Like a weapon, for example.
Oh, wait.
It would land, it would land in such spectacular colors. Oh, there's a blue, there's a yellow, there's an orange, there's a... Yeah, Passive tells you, you cannot get... She's just hallucinating at this point for a moment. She's not focused on what your question is.
Of course.
don't think she understands that.
I pull out the scimitar.
Ooh, great fiery person is awake.
Do you know by any chance how this happened? And I point at the scimitar.
Ugh. Wakey, wakey, wakey. You can sleep all you want. But when someone knows which net they have to use, I know how to wake you, little firefly. I know how to wake you.
How do you know how to wake the firefly?
She slowly gets up and stares at you. She holds up her hand and puts it on your face. Can you roll me a charisma saving throw?
Uh-oh, is that charm person?
No matter what you try, you feel constricted, like you're caught in a net. I caught you, little firefly. Resist what you want. But I caught you. I got you really good. 2 for the price of 1. You're not. You didn't just fail charm person. You just realized something. He did whatever she did. That deal you made? That Emberlyn made? She took it! She took the deal. She's the deal holder now. And you are unable to resist her completely at this point. And then she lets go. Go, little firefly. Fly out of the net if you want. I'll catch you. And you... Hell no. Oh, and by the way, if you rage try to attack her at this moment, you will instantly feel the motion that you can't. So any rage you would feel towards her, and you were about to strike her. Yeah, that just disappears in a moment, and then just fear strikes into your heart, into your soul, both your souls.
What did you do? What does this mean?
What does this mean? What does it mean? It means fun. Plop.
Be good.
Doing all the green here. How one go.
I'm missing something.
I'm not really sure what this entails, but somehow she holds the deal between Emerlyn and me.
And that's bad?
I don't know yet, but she doesn't seem to be able to explain what exactly that means.
Yeah, that one was my bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
And she's
Might be
fallen
good for me.
asleep.
Mhm. Yeah, I figured. I guess we'll have to ask her later.
Yeah, at least now we have a little bit. One good thing, at least now I can see how long this lasts. Which is good. I guess.
I mean, she's your test subject.
Yeah, unintentionally, but yeah.
And I walk away.
She goes. She still calls out to you, by the way. Yeah, it didn't come through,
Oh.
Z.
Sorry.
Ellie, can you at least help me get the ferry to the bedroom?
Sure. Let me just and I touch the fairy to cast fly, so we don't have to carry her.
Thank you.
Or
Fly
does that...
means she has to do it willingly to
Yeah,
fly. She's
but-
unconscious. Well, she's
I
out cold.
thought- Yeah, wanted to levitate her, but it doesn't really work.
No, you can cast levitate on her.
Yeah, I don't have levitate.
You don't have levitate, so yeah, you're gonna have to. You have to do it the old-fashioned way, or have some sort of other spell that help her fall. But flight doesn't work on her right now because
Yeah,
that requires her to be awake.
She has to fly herself.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah, that makes sense. That doesn't.
At least get her out of Erica's room so Erica can go to sleep afterwards.
We of course don't know that Erica is not going to be in a state to return to her room.
Yep.
I don't really mind if Erica cannot sleep. Is there a bed in the room?
No, this is just a completely different room at the moment.
Oh, just a different room. Or I could actually. No, does that work? Can I use prestidigitation to create a bed? No, that doesn't.
No, that's an that's an illusory item, so no.
Oh. Mm.
Conundrum, which spell do you cast instead of carrying the human-sized fairy?
I do have something actually, but I have to go back to my room again because cat. Swear to God.
Storm is a busy cat. Well,
So what can you do?
Oh, 1 second. Let me just grab that spell real quick. Oh, no, that's not it. There's one. There.
okay, unseen servant.
I'm staying in my room again because cat has had enough fun. What is this?
Yeah, she's too heavy for an unseen servant.
Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
If an unseen servant could pick up anything human-sized, it would be a very powerful spell.
Okay.
Nice try.
Okay. Yeah, that's about the only thing I have, though. Bah. Oh, I just walk over, grab her foot, and just start pulling.
Dragging. Best you can do.
Dragging her along.
Yeah. So you drag her out of...
from me otherwise.
So you drag this unconscious silver fairy out of the perfumery into the hallway and towards what would be her room. Which is
I
looks to
just
say...
imagine you being like, fine, grabs leg, and just walks away.
Oh, we gotta get her out of the room, so...
It's a bit busy cat. So yeah,
Really?
you take her to her bedroom and you put her on the bed. I don't think you're gonna tuck her in or anything, right?
Nope.
Just put her on the bed.
Yes.
No kind gesture.
I mean, she's heavy.
Yeah. I think with that, I think we can call today's session. Do we all agree?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh my god. Did you hear her, Kat?
Yeah, I hear her.
She's whining in the hallway.
Yes, he does that. He does that a lot.
Oh my god.
Anyway, if that's all said and done, if you're trying to try, please like and subscribe, or whatever your charge is. For today's training session, we have learned several fun revelations, and more to come. With that said, it is goodbye from Arceus.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Poppy.
Bye.
It is goodbye from Lucas.
I'm getting traumatized.
And it's goodbye from Alona.
Bye, everyone.
And it's goodbye from your Dungeon Master. Later!